All right, this is actually the third raw notes from the journal from today, but um, follow the plants, right? So, like we talked about here, when we look over here, you can tell where the water is, right? No water here because there's no green plants, even the ones that thrive here. When you get down here in the ditch, things go green. Why? Because there's water down there and the roots are getting down. And if not water, at least enough moisture to green their leaves, condensation. Look a little further out in the distance. You can see the riverbed right there. Look how green and lush that is. Why? Because there's water, underground water. It's not surface water. Underground water or condensation or channel cave areas that have been carved out that warm up in the day, cool in the night, create condensation. The animals follow the green. They know where the water is because they go where the green is. And I just noticed the hills that I was hiking in a few weeks ago, which I want to get up there again. I haven't had a whole lot of time. You can't really tell from here, but let me see if I can find a big one. All along this ridge line, you'll see a lot of green. I'm not sure how clear it is for you. I'm sorry. It's the best my phone can do for right now. Appreciate everybody on Patreon. Thank you. You're the ones who pay for the equipment that allow me to share more and more of this with people. So there's a big mesquite right there, if you can see in the middle, at that ridge line, or at that fall-off line. I don't know what that is. I'm not a geologist. But at that line is where all the big mesquites are. There's another one coming up. See all those guys right there? I mean, some of these mesquite are, I want to say they're 14 feet tall. From here, they don't look that big. They're thriving because there's water up there, and it's on that ridge line. Let me zoom out a little bit. Because they're not at the base, they're not down the hill, but they're at the top of that ridge line. There's water at the top of that fall off area that they're tapping into. So then I think further down the hill, maybe it's too steep. There's not as much water, which is why they're there at the top, and their roots are anchored in. So that's where, in my theory, I could be completely wrong, but I think that's where the mosquitoes and the dragonflies are coming from. When I was here, I was trying to figure out where the heck are mosquitoes and dragonflies getting water? You know, flies need moisture to lay their larvae. Where are they doing it? They're doing it in cave systems and cracks and crevices, because whatever type of rock that is, it probably is very porous. Or at the base of the fall off point, I was listening to one of my favorite hydrologists. He talked about at the base of these fall off points, like you see where zoom in again, at the edge of that cliff, those cliffs, the rock breaks off and it forms little aquifers, right? Aquifers are not big open areas that hold water most times. They're just gravel beds. And so at the base where those rocks fall off, they create gravel beds, and they're just enough of them to support a few big mesquite trees. And so looking at the green up there, it tells me that there is an aquifer up there. Flies are getting me again. Look, hey, go to the mountain, man. Go get up there, get some water, leave me alone. I can't hold the camera still. So see that mesquite right there? Yeah, that thing is probably about 15 feet tall, and it's embedded in an aquifer, and its roots probably go down, you know, who knows how many feet down into a rock-based aquifer, which I would bet you still has water, not just moisture from the rainfall a few weeks ago. So anyway, not a hydrologist. I follow hydrologists. I listen to what they say because they're smart. But just looking at that hill, eventually when I get some time, I'm gonna go spend some more time over there. I mean, those boulders are almost as big as houses for just height perspective. There's an aquifer out there, and so it'd be interesting. I don't think here, I think you can do shallow wells. I got to look at the laws. You can't do a deep well. You know, you have to bring someone in to do that. They have to be licensed, or you have to get licensed. But I believe at the base of that mountain, if you trust plants, which I do, and animals do as well, but they don't have drilling equipment, that where there's green, there's water. So anyway, let me get back to it. That's a journal for June 24th, part 3 for today. Anyway, you guys have a great day. And thank you to everybody supporting me on Patreon. Gerard Kenyatta. greening my portion of West Texas. Look at that sunrise. Isn't that just beautiful?